Why driving after 70 isn't risky if you follow these 5 rules. Stay mobile. You know, I was chatting with my neighbor, Martha, last week. She's 73, sharp as a tack, and still loves her weekly drive to the garden center. But lately, she's been worried. Her son keeps hinting she should take it easy and give up the keys. Sound familiar? Maybe you felt that same unease, or worse, heard whispers that driving at your age is a risk. Well, let me tell you something important. Driving after 70 isn't just possible. It can be perfectly safe if you approach it the right way. In fact, staying mobile keeps you independent, connected, and young at heart. So today, let's talk about how to keep driving confidently for years to come. I'll share 5 simple, practical rules that make all the difference. No jargon, no scare tactics, just real talk from one friend to another. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But what about my eyesight? Or what if my reflexes aren't what they used to be? Those concerns matter, and that's exactly why our first rule is so crucial. It's all about staying on top of your health. See, driving isn't just about your car. It's about you behind the wheel. Think of your body like a classic car. It needs regular tune-ups to run smoothly. For starters, get your vision checked every year. Not just a quick glance at the eye chart, but a thorough exam that tests for things like glaucoma or cataracts. My friend Bill, who's 78, swears by his annual visit. Last year, his optometrist caught a slight change in his peripheral vision early. With updated glasses, he was back on the road without a hitch. And don't forget your hearing. Background noise, like rain or traffic, can make it hard to hear sirens or horns. A simple hearing test can spot issues before they become problems. If you need aids, wear them proudly. They're like headlights for your ears. But health isn't just checkups. It's also about keeping your body strong and flexible. Driving demands more physical grace than we realize. Turning to check blind spots, pressing the brake firmly, or even gripping the wheel for long stretches. They all rely on muscle and joint health. Now, I'm not saying you need to run marathons. Small daily habits add up. Take my neighbor Arthur. At 82, he does 10 minutes of gentle stretches every morning. Shoulder rolls, neck turns, ankle circles. He calls it his driving yoga. And you know what? When he had to slam on the brakes last month to avoid a stray dog, his body reacted like lightning. He credits those stretches. Another tip: walk. Even a short stroll around the block builds leg strength for pedal control and boosts circulation. If joints ache, try water aerobics or seated exercises. The goal isn't to be an athlete. It's to keep your body a willing partner on the road. Now, let's talk about something equally important: knowing your car inside and out. So many of us drive the same vehicle for years, it becomes an old friend. But just like us, cars change with time. Modern features can be game changers for safety. Take backup cameras, for instance. My cousin Evelyn resisted one for ages, calling it newfangled nonsense. But after her grandson installed it, she admitted it saved her from scraping her bumper in tight parking lots. Then there's adjustable seats and steering wheels. If you're straining to reach the pedals or see over the dashboard, you're adding unnecessary stress. A quick adjustment can make your driving posture comfortable and secure. And don't overlook tire pressure. Underinflated tires affect handling, especially in wet weather. Check them monthly. It takes 2 minutes with a cheap gauge. Think of it like checking your blood pressure, a small act that prevents big trouble. By now, you might be nodding along thinking, okay, I can do this. And you absolutely can. These first steps, tending to your health, staying nimble, and befriending your car, are the foundation. They're not about limitations. They're about empowerment. Because driving isn't just a skill. It's a ticket to grandkids' recitals, coffee dates with friends, or that quiet sunrise drive you love. So let's keep building on this. Next time, we'll dive into 2 more rules that tackle the road itself, how to handle tricky situations, and stay sharp behind the wheel. Until then, why not share your own driving tips in the comments? I'd love to hear what keeps you cruising confidently. And remember, every journey begins with a single turn of the key. Let's make yours a long, joyful ride. You know, it's funny. Just yesterday, my grandson asked me, "Grandpa, Do you ever get nervous driving in the rain? Bless his heart. He meant well. But it got me thinking. Every driver faces moments that test their nerves, whether they're 17 or 70. The difference isn't age. It's how we prepare for those moments. That's what our next two rules are all about. Mastering your environment and keeping your mind sharp as attack. Because let's be honest, the road doesn't change, but how we navigate it can make all the difference. So, let's talk about Rule 3. Drive with wisdom, not just experience. Now, you've got decades of driving under your belt. That's priceless. But wisdom means adapting to what's happening right now. Take weather, for example. Rain isn't just rain anymore when you're 70. It's glare on the windshield, slicker roads, and maybe slower reflexes. My friend Sarah, 76, has a golden rule. If the wipers are on, her speed comes down by 10 miles per hour. She leaves a 5-second gap behind the car ahead instead of 2. Simple, right? But that extra space gives her time to react if someone brakes suddenly. And at night, she avoids driving after dusk unless it's essential. Headlights aren't what they used to be, she laughs. And neither are mine. But it's not just weather. When you drive matters too. Remember rushing everywhere in your 40s? Well, retirement's gift is time, use it. Plan trips for mid-morning or early afternoon. Avoid rush hour chaos, school zones at 3 p.m., or Friday night traffic. My neighbor Ray does his grocery run at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays. The store's quiet, the roads are calm, and he feels relaxed. It's like having the world to myself, he says. And if you're heading somewhere new, preview the route on your phone or computer. A quick look at street views can ease anxiety. You'll recognize that tricky left turn or the hidden stop sign. Now, let's shift gears to Rule 4. Sharpen your mind like you'd sharpen a pencil. Driving isn't just physical, it's a mental dance. You're reading signs, predicting other drivers, making split-second choices. So, how do you keep that mental muscle fit? First, practice focused attention. Next time you're driving, try this. Every few minutes, silently name 3 things around you. Blue sedan, stop sign, bike lane. It sounds simple, but it keeps your brain engaged and your eyes scanning. My cousin Phyllis calls it her driving meditation. Second, embrace new tools, even if they feel unfamiliar. Take GPS. Yes, it can be frustrating when that calm voice tells you to turn left in 200 feet, while you're eyeing a right turn-only lane. But used wisely, it reduces stress. Start small. Use it on familiar routes first to build confidence. And voice commands, lifesavers. Navigate to Main Street Library. Keeps your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. Phyllis admitted she resisted tech until she got lost in a new medical complex. Now, my GPS is my co-pilot. She grins. Lastly, play brain games off the road. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, even learning a few phrases of a new language. It all builds cognitive reserve. Think of it like saving for retirement, but for your brain. Studies show mental stimulation slows down age-related decline. My buddy Frank, 81, does a crossword with his coffee every morning. It's not about being smart, he says. It's about staying curious. Now, I see that look. Maybe you're thinking, but what if my mind does wander sometimes? We all have days like that. The secret? Build in pauses. If you're driving a long distance, stop every 90 minutes. Stretch your legs, sip water, reset. It's not a race. It's about arriving refreshed and alert. You've already taken huge steps by embracing health, flexibility, and car know-how, adding road wisdom and mental sharpness. That's how you transform driving from a chore into a confident, even joyful part of your day. Martha, remember her from last time? She started using these rules and told me, I feel like I've got a new set of eyes out there. And guess what? We're just warming up. Next time, we'll dive into the final rule, the one that ties everything together, plus a bonus tip that could change everything about how you see the road. But for now, why not share in the comments? What's your favorite trick for staying sharp behind the wheel? A song you sing? A route you avoid? We're all in this together, learning as we go. So until next time, remember this. You've got the experience. You've got the wisdom. Now, let's make sure the road knows it too. Drive safe, stay curious, and keep enjoying that beautiful independence. You might remember Martha, my neighbor who was worried about her son's concerns. Well, last Tuesday, she called me, her voice bubbling with excitement. "You won't believe it," she said. "I took my granddaughter to her piano recital across town. Rain pouring down, Friday rush hour, and I felt calm." That's the power of putting these rules into practice. But Martha's story isn't finished yet. There's one last rule, the golden thread that ties everything together, and a bonus insight that turns fear into freedom. Let's wrap our hands around the wheel and talk about Rule 5. Honor your own rhythm. Driving isn't a test. There's no finish line, no trophy for speed. After 70, the wisest drivers understand something profound. Knowing when to pause is just as important as knowing how to proceed. Think of it like dancing. You wouldn't waltz on a sprained ankle, would you? Same with driving. Some days you feel sharp, alert, ready for the highway. Other days, maybe fatigue lingers, or your arthritis flares up. That's not weakness, it's being human. My friend Ben, 79, calls this his traffic light system. Green days? He'll drive anywhere. Yellow. Short, familiar trips only. Red. He asks his daughter for a ride or uses the bus. Pride doesn't keep you safe, he says. Honesty does. Here's how to make this real. Check in with yourself before turning the key. Ask, how's my energy? Are my eyes clear? Is my mind focused? If something feels off, pause. Brew tea. Wait an hour. Or reschedule. Plan buffer time. Rushing creates stress. Leave 15 minutes early for appointments. That way, if you need to drive slower or take an alternate route, you won't feel flustered. Listen to your loved ones, but trust yourself too. If someone expresses concern, don't dismiss it. Ask, what specifically worries you? Maybe they noticed you missed a stop sign last week. Thank them, then decide if it's a pattern or a one-off. You're still the captain of your journey. Now, that bonus insight I promised, it's about community. Independence doesn't mean going it alone. Think of driving like a garden. It thrives with a little shared tending. Martha's breakthrough came when she talked to her son. She showed him the stretches she does, Rule 1, explained how she avoids rush hour, Rule 3, and even demonstrated her backup camera, Rule 2. His worry softened into pride. "Mom," he said, "you're more prepared than I am." Build your own safety net circle. Swap drive checks with a friend. Once a month, take short drives together and gently observe each other. How's your lane changing? Did you see that cyclist back there? Keep it supportive, not critical. Join a senior driving refresher course. AARP's Smart Driver course isn't a test, it's confidence fuel. You'll learn new road laws and prove to yourself and others that you're proactive. Explore ride-sharing as a choice, not a defeat. Apps like GoGo Grandparent let you book rides via phone, no smartphone needed. Use them on red light days or for long trips. It's not giving up keys, it's expanding options. Remember Bill? His annual eye exam caught a vision change early. Well, last month, he noticed his night driving felt strained. Instead of ignoring it, he booked an extra checkup. Turns out, his cataracts needed monitoring. Now he schedules important drives before sunset and uses ride-sharing after dark. "I'm not stuck at home," he told me. "I'm just dancing to a different rhythm." That's the heart of it all. Driving after 70 isn't about clinging to the past. It's about adapting with grace, wisdom, and yes, joy. You've earned the right to define what safe and free looks like for you. We've covered so much ground together, from tuning up your health in your car, to mastering the road in your mind, and finally, honoring your unique rhythm. Next time, we'll tie it all together with practical steps to make these rules stick, answer common worries, and celebrate the freedom you fought so hard to keep. But before then, I'd love to hear, what's one small change you've made since we started this series? Did you check your tire pressure? Try a new stretch? Or maybe just felt a little prouder turning that key? Share below. Your story might light the way for someone else. Drive gently, friends. Your independence is a story worth telling, one confident mile at a time. Remember how Martha started this journey. Worried, questioning herself, hearing those whispers about giving up the keys. Well, last week, something beautiful happened. She drove her granddaughter to the lake at sunrise, just because. Windows down, laughter mixing with the morning breeze. No anxiety, no second-guessing. Just pure, simple freedom. That's what we've been working toward together. And now, we arrive at the rule that makes all the others sing in harmony. Rule 5. Build your circle of confidence. This isn't about relying on others to take the wheel. It's about creating a safety net, a team, that empowers your independence. Think of it like planting a garden. You're still the gardener, but it's okay to welcome helpers who hand you tools, pull a few weeds, or simply cheer you on from the porch. After all, even the strongest trees grow taller when they're part of a forest. So, how do you grow the circle? Start with honest conversations. Martha sat down with her son and showed him her driving journal, where she notes her stretches, Rule 1, her planned routes, Rule 3, and even her green light/yellow light/red light days, Rule 4. See, she told him, I'm not just driving, I'm managing it. His worry turned into support. Now he texts her weather updates before she heads out. That's teamwork. Next, find your co-pilots. These are friends or family who get it. My buddy Ed, 77, has a pact with his neighbor Louise. They swap cars every few months. Fresh eyes notice things, he says. Louise spotted his rear brake light was out. Once a month, they share a slow, mindful drive together. No destination, just practicing smooth stops, mirror checks, and scanning intersections. They call it their safety coffee date. Embrace technology on your terms. Apps like GoGo Grandparent, which works with any phone, no smartphone needed. Let you book rides when you choose. Use it for icy days, long trips, or when you simply feel like being chauffeured. It's not surrender, it's strategy. Martha used it when her arthritis flared last winter. I felt savvy, not sidelined, she smiled. Finally, refresh your skills proudly. Sign up for a senior driving course like AARP Smart Driver. You'll learn new road laws. Did you know roundabout rules changed in 17 states last year? How medications interact with driving. Even allergy pills can cause drowsiness. Emergency evasion techniques, practiced in a safe, controlled setting. Ben, our traffic light system friend, took the course. I aced it, he boasted. Even the instructor said my scanning habits were textbook. Tying it all together, your freedom formula. Let's pause and look at the roadmap we've built. Your health equals your engine, regular checkups, strength, flexibility. Your car equals your trusted steed. Know its features, check its vitals. Your environment equals your dance floor. Adapt to weather, time, and terrain. Your mind equals your navigation system. Stay sharp, stay curious. Your circle equals your pit crew. Support, tools, and honest feedback. This isn't a checklist. It's a rhythm, a way of moving through the world that keeps you safe and sovereign. Independence isn't stubbornness. It's the wisdom to know what you need, the courage to ask for it, and the joy of knowing the open road is still yours. Your invitation to keep rolling. Martha sent me a photo last week. It's her and her granddaughter at the lake, squinting into the sun, car keys gleaming in her hand. On the back, she wrote, I didn't just keep driving. I reclaimed it. That's what I want for you. So, let's keep this conversation alive. Share your story below. Did you try a new stretch? Book a vision exam. Join a driving course? Your words could be the nudge someone needs. Tap like if this series reminded you that age isn't a stop sign. It's a scenic route. Subscribe for more honest talks about thriving after 60. Next up, why losing your sense of purpose after 70 is a myth, and how to find your spark again. The road ahead is yours. Drive it with confidence, grace, and the quiet pride of someone who knows that true freedom isn't about speed. It's about savoring every mile. Here's to your next adventure. Keys in hand. Heart full. Ready.